Thank you much for joining me this morning. I look forward to taking you through our class today. So we're going to work on our posture, making sure that we're really focusing on our positions. As I mentioned to you before, some of these exercises today might be a bit more challenging than some other ones that you've previously done. Now, when you get in positions, if we work on different levels of pain, 1 being hardly any, 10 being very painful, when we start to feel challenged, no more than a 4 or 5 out of 10. So if we're holding certain positions and you think, okay, that's enough, I'd like you to come down, take a breather, join me when you feel comfortable. From there, I'd like to start with our postures, please. Knees nice and soft. We're going to get our weight slightly over onto our forefoot, spread those toes out, keep the knees nice and soft. Lower part of the tummy in, just gently, roughly around a 10 to 20% contraction. Our shoulders are going to go up, shoulders back and down. Gently up, back and down. From that position, hands out to the side, we're going to open up, just turning our hands back there. I'd like you to cup your hands and pull them back. Nice and comfortably. Please, if you feel a big stretch to the hands and forearms, I'd like you just to ease it off. So you could just do a small movement in and out. Really good to release the nerves and muscles through the arms and neck. A couple more, please. And relax. Do some arm reaches above our head. If your shoulders are feeling tight, please go wide with the arms. That's absolutely fine, rather than going up. The higher we go up, the more challenging it is for the arms and shoulders. We can go out to the side and back down. Up we go, and down we come. From there, slightly different movement than we have done before. Can I have our hands, well, we can have actually just our wrists onto the side. If I go in that position where my palms are just going to slide, so we're going to do from there, hands on the side of our body. What I'd like you to do is you're going to just very gently shrug your shoulders up, just comfortably, not too much tension, just gently up, allow the arms to drop down. So from there, we're going to just gently take them up, gently take them back down. Keep the lower part of the pelvic floor drawn in, keep the elbows at the same angle. Please, just really gentle as you're going up. Some of us might be really tight in those upper traps. What we're looking for them is just gently engaging them and then allowing them to reach down. 2 more, please. If you're suffering from a lot of tension in the upper shoulders and neck, if you're doing these nice and gently up and down, it'll be really beneficial for us to get the shoulders moving up and down, taking a little more pressure up, or at least off the upper shoulders. And last one, if you choose, then I'd like us to go into our roll downs. Take a gentle breath in, chin not down, just stretch the mid and upper part of the back. You can have your arms down a little bit lower if you choose. From there, we'll take a gentle breath in, breathe out. So I draw my tummy in, lift my chest up, allow the shoulder blades to drop back and allow the palms to face the ceiling. Thumbs behind us. If I pull this position, it's quite hard for me to open up my hands. So I want the elbows in line with my torso. Take a gentle breath in, breathe out, chin like that. Gentle breath in, breathe out, to open. If you're comfortable with any of these positions, and you just hear me talking about technique, and you want to keep going, just please keep working on the position. Gentle breath in, and breathe out. Gentle breath in, and breathe out to open up. And relax. I'd like to take a chin nod down, and from there you're just going to just gently roll right and left. Please, with this one, really gentle the stretch of the neck as I allow my chin to roll along my chest, left and right only. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to go into our balance, please. What I'd like us to do is you're going to start by standing on our right foot, lift your left foot just off the floor. Now, if you find that you lose your balance and wobble, I'd like you to touch down straight away. You can slide your foot along the floor and then bring it back, or you could hover it along the floor, whichever you choose. Hands on your hips to stop you from moving too much right and left. And again, we're going to go in front of us. Bring it back out to the side and bring it back. From there, what we're going to do now is we're going to take two behind us. So one, you can slide along the floor, or from that angle there, you can hover along the floor. You can go as far as you feel comfortable, and from that position, slowly bring it back. Superb. I'd like you to swap sides, please. Standing on your left leg, lift your right foot up. Allow that to just gently slide or hover, and back, out to the side, and back. In front of us, and back, out to the side, and back. We're going to do two behind us. So from that position, reach either sliding on the floor or reaching up, back up, and same again, please. And up we come. And relax. Just to bear in mind, the softer your mat is, the more challenging the all proprioceptors, they're having to send signals to our brain to maintain our balance, the more challenged they're going to be. So on a harder surface, they'll be a lot easier than on a softer surface. So just if you want to practice and you find your balance a little bit more challenged, first work on a harder surface and then move to a softer surface. Okay, nice and comfy from there. We're going to just take a gentle breath in. I'd like you to breathe out, chin not down again. Just going to do a few more of these stretches to the neck and shoulders. Take a gentle breath in. Remember from there, draw the tummy in. Allow our tummy, chest to lift up, arms to open up. I'd like us to do one more, please. Take a gentle breath in, chin not down. Gentle breath in, breathe out to open up. On the back of our mats, we're going to go into our roll down into our calf stretches. Take a gentle breath in, breathe out, chin not down. Allow yourself to go down to where you feel a comfortable stretch. Keep your knees bent, weight slightly more over onto your forefeet. And from there, you're going to bend, walk our hands up. If you don't feel comfortable with that, of course, I want you to get down as comfortable as you can. Chest, the more I push my chest towards the floor, the bigger the challenge is. From there, we're just going to go into our calf walks. Nice and comfortably in and out. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. And from there into our cat stretch, take a gentle breath in, breathe out. To gently pull our spine up towards the ceiling. Keep your upper shoulders and neck as relaxed as possible. Back down. Breathe out to come up. Breathe in to come back down. I'd like you to do 2 more, please. Nice and comfortably up. And back down. From that position, hands a little bit further away from us. I'd like you to lift up and nice and comfortably into our stretch. You can have your toes straight, your toes tucked under. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out to go back into the stretch. Breathe in to come back up. So allow that position. If I'm lifting up from there, it allows us to create more width through that position. If I allow the spine to drop down, it doesn't increase that stretch as much. So by going into that position, moving into it, we allow a nice stretch all the way back through the arms, keeping those upper shoulders as relaxed as possible. You can choose to do one more if you'd like to. Now you're going to warm up through our arms and torso and go into our bridges, please. So heels as close to your glutes as possible, and the hands above your chest. Remember, the first movement here is going to make sure the spine's neutral. Draw the tummy in, we're going to lift through the hips. Remember from there, it's quite easy to overdo that there, and then all the pressure's coming through the lower back. Keep the tummy in. That lower back should feel comfortable at all times. Lower back down. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can breathe out. You can take your arms over as far as you feel comfortable, thumbs pointing down or palms facing the ceiling. Relax those upper shoulders, draw the tummy in. Back down we go. Breathe out. breathe in. Really using the stomach, squeezing the glutes. Remember, the closer the heels are, the more we're going to feel the pressure. Probably feel a nice stretch to the front of those thighs. Then keep going, please. Want to make sure that those knees stay in line with your hips. Quite easy, if I turn side angle in there, it's quite easy for our knees to go wider. So I want to make sure that they stay in line, please. If you go 2 more, please. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Beautifully done. From there, we're going to go on to all fours. Now, we'll take our time with this exercise, but I want you just to feel that you've got the balance between. Make sure when you lift your spine up, bring your spine down, and then find the mid part of that position. Really allows us to keep our spine in a good position. I'd like us to take your right arm straight with your palm facing the ceiling, left leg out into that position. Really keeping the tummy in, arm nice and extended. So when I reach out, I'm going to imagine that my arms reaching away, my legs reaching away, really keeping the control through my tummy, lifting up as far as I feel comfortable, lower back down. I'd like you to do 2 or 3 on each side before we swap sides. From that position, I'm going to go left arm open, right leg straight, keeping my tummy drawn in. As I lift up there, really keeping that connection through there, reaching up, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Keep going, please. Alternate when you feel comfortable. Just make sure when I'm lifting up here, and I'm not opening up my hips, trying to keep my pelvis level, back down. The further I reach, the more I feel my stomach really working, the more I get extension through that shoulder, the bigger the activation. The lower back's got to stand in a neutral position at all times. I would like you to do 1 more set on each side. So 2 or 3 on each side. There we go. I know some of us will find this a little more challenging through our wrists, so just be mindful you don't have all your weight over. Try and find the balance between the front, through the knee and wrist. And when we're done, knees under, hands away, gently lift up, just a gentle position through that back, and then stretch. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out to comfortably go down. And relax. Okay, just wanted you to finish off. Those of us who are still busy. And then we're going to go into our seated roll downs. With the roll downs, before we do that, I'm just going to get us to do a few pelvic tilts. So we'll do that on our back, and then we'll go into the roll downs just to warm these positions up. So with the pelvic floor, to get those pelvic tilts going, if I fit our hands just underneath your lower back, you should just be able to slide underneath your lower back, and you can then remove your hands. Hands comfortably your chest on the side. Take a gentle breath in. As we breathe out, what I'd like you to do is pull your tummy in, flattening that lower back. Then you can imagine that you're just gently tilting that lower part of that glutes just off the floor. So you're getting connection between the rib cage and the hips. Really getting that slightly more connected in that position, and then allow it to come back down. We'll breathe out and breathe in. As I breathe out, draw my tummy in, flattening that lower back, and tilting my hips up in that position. So I'm trying to imagine if I had a tailbone, I'll be bringing it up towards me, and then use my stomach to allow myself to take the spine down 1 vertebra at a time. Breathe out, tilt under. Breathe in to relax back down. Let's go 1 more, please. You'll see the relevance of this when we go into a roll down, because it's so important for us to keep the connection between the rib cage and hips. and slowly back down. From there, you're going to come up into a seated position. I'm going to go with the legs straight on this one. But you depend on this, the intensity depends on how far you go, and ultimately whether you bring your arms into play as well. If I go from that position there, the first movement is imagine me flattening our lower back. That allows us to tilt the hips under. Now that's a good connection between my core. You should be able to feel that working already. You then can pull yourself back up. Take a general breath in, breathe out. And then back up. Now if you've done 2 or 3 of those and you choose to go down further, please do. Some of us might get to a position where you think, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm stuck. Then if you need to go all the way down, just go safely down, please. And then get up as safely as you can. General breath in, breathe out. So you can go down further. If you're really brave, you can take your hands out to the side, bring your hands back up. You'll find that even if I'm in this position, I want to make it a little more challenging, take my hands out to the side is pretty challenging in itself. Take a general breath in, breathe out. Chin up, down as we go down. If you want, you can take your arms out to the side, then use my tummy, get that connection, flatten my lower back, tilt under, and then use my stomach to pull myself all the way up. Now that's quite an advanced exercise, so for some of us who can't do that yet, completely understandable. Some of my clients have taken 3 to 4 years to be able to get all the way down to come back up. It's because of how the body works. It's a really challenging position. That's it. So 1, actually you can do 2 more. Use the stomach, up we come. We can go halfway, arms out. Use the stomach to pull yourself all the way up. And relax. You bring the knees up towards you, please. And from that position, it's like you just to gently rock right and left. And 3, 2, 1. I'd like us to go into our clamshells, please. And lie comfortably on a side. Legs at a 45-degree angle with your heels in line with your lower back. Tummy's going to draw in. We're going to focus on using this muscle here primarily. So that glute, what we're going to do is going to hinge off that bottom ankle, use the glute to lift this knee up. Sometimes it's quite easy to use these muscles. I want us to focus on that glute. So even if you just got to just gently pat it or even prod it, that's called palpating. That just allows us to trigger that muscle a little bit better. I'm going to come onto a side angle. Keep going, please. So from that position there, you look here, I'm keeping my spine here nice and straight. So rather than rolling back, keeping that straight, squeezing that glute, lifting up, and back down we go. If you want to make it more challenging, you can hover that foot just above the elbow and back down. Draw the tummy in, squeeze the glute, and back down. If you're feeling that's really starting to work now, it's up to you. You can lower it down when you had enough. What I'm going to do, the next one, we're going to go up and hold, please. I'd like you to hold it there for 3 breaths. We'll take a general breath in and breathe out. Take a general breath in and breathe out. General breath in and breathe out and lower. You need to get that glute to rub, please do. Or just rub down the side of that leg, back of that hamstring. And when you're ready, we're going to swap over to the other side, please. So likewise again, legs at 45 degrees, heels in line with your torso. Hands onto that glute, you're going to get a little more activation there. Draw the tummy in, and then feel like you're hinging off the bottom leg, squeezing that glute back down. Really important for us to get these muscles a lot stronger because they help to stabilize the pelvic complex. That's it. Draw the tummy in, up, slowly back down. Remember, if you want to make it more challenging, you can hover that foot just above the bottom leg, using that glute to rotate to lift up. Superb. Okay, the next one, I'm going to come up and hold, please, for 3 breaths. Take a general breath in. Breathe out and relax. Take a general breath in. Breathe out and relax. And take a general breath in. And breathe out and lower. From there, again, get that glute rub. Just helps the circularization as well as increases or decreases tension around those areas and sensitivity. And relax. Okay, we're going to move on to our bridges. With the bridges, I'm going to do a single leg bridge today. Quite a challenging one, so I'm going to give you 2 options on this. The single leg bridge will be the most advanced exercise out of the variations I give you, and you can try them if you're up for it. Remember, the most important thing for us is to make sure that our pelvis stays level. What I mean by that is when we're on our back, if I start with the easy ones, then we'll move on to the single leg bridge. We draw the tummy in. If I lift up, we're going to hold that position. Now these are challenging in itself, where I lift my heel up, alternating heel lifts. Really keep my tummy, keep my hips nice and balanced. I can go foot lift, and then foot lift. You could even go foot lift, bring the knee up and back down. But I'm really focusing on trying not to drop my hips left and right. So if I'm lifting here and my hips are dropping, I want us to really keep the connection through the stomach, just focusing on the lifts. So those are your first 2. If you choose, you can go into the single leg one where I lift my leg up, keep my torso level, and then lift up through one leg and allow myself to hinge, sitting back into a chair. I can do 2 using my left glute, and then from there, swap sides. If you're already going, please do. Don't have to wait for me. You could choose whichever one you'd like to, and then move up. Okay, so from there, keep alternating. Really drawing the tummy in. My lower back should stay neutral. I hinge back down, keeping my knee relatively relaxed. Lift up, lower back down. Remember, you can go with the other options as well. Draw the tummy in, lift up, back down, hinging down, lift up, and back down. Keep going if you're happy with that. Alternatively, we can hold that position, keep doing our heel lifts. This one's challenging in itself, but we can go our foot lifts. Hands out to the side, hands on your chest. Really focusing on keeping that posture, or the single leg. I'd like us to finish off and even off on both sides, please. So if you start on your right leg, please finish it off on your left leg, and then we'll go into our next exercise. Once we're done, bring right knee up towards your chest, follow with your left knee up, and a gentle roll from side to side. And 3, 2, 1, and lower your legs down, please. Okay. We're going to go into a few variations of this one. Once you feel comfortable, you can choose whichever one you like to. The first option will be for us to draw our tummy in, knees soft, lift your legs up. Now you can roll forward and backwards with this one, or we're going to go with our elbows underneath our shoulder, directly underneath our shoulder, draw our tummy in, both knees and ankles on top of each other, and lift up. Slowly lower yourself down. If your shoulder starts to feel challenged, please go down into this exercise. So whichever one you choose, you may start when you're ready to do the leg lift, draw the tummy in, leg lift, or the hold, and rotation, or the side lift. Remember, our torso and my hips are going to be in line, lifting up and back down. Breathe out, breathe in. Really feel like I'm using my stomach to lift. Feel the glute working. Make sure you don't do that. That over puts too much pressure on that side. Back down. Lift up. Back down. If you're on this one, please make sure that you keep your tummy in, knees soft, lift up, or down, or you got the hold and the rotation forward and backwards. Whichever one you choose, you may have had enough of this one and then decided, actually, I'm going to go on to this one. So that's completely up to you. I'd like you to do 2 more lifts. And once you've done your 2 lifts, we're going to go into our stretch. I'm going to demonstrate the stretch whilst we're finishing off. You can stretch out in that position, or you can stretch out into that position. And once we're into our stretch position, we're going to hold for 2 breaths, please. Gentle breath in, breathe out, and gentle breath in, and relax the arms down. Swap sides, please. So from that position, tummy drawn in, lift the legs up or down, or we're going to hold, rotate. If you're ready to start on this one, please start whenever you feel ready. Draw the tummy in and back down. Elbow must make sure it's underneath your shoulder. Lift your chest up, draw the tummy in. Up we come. Back down. Really focusing on using my stomach to lift up. If you've done 3 or 4 of those and think, actually, I think I need to breathe on that for my shoulder, then work up and down into these. Really using my stomach, my legs, keep my knees soft, or the hold and the rotations. Tummy in, up and down. 2 more, please. And when we're done, legs either straight into that position or legs in that position. 2 breaths, please. Gentle breath in and breathe out. Gentle breath in and breathe out. Okay, with the final exercise, I'm going to give you some variations on this one. Yeah, just depends on what level you wanna work at. So what I'd like us to do is you're going to get our hands underneath us hands underneath us onto the knees to start with. Make sure that your back isn't in that position. So you draw your tummy in, tuck your hips under. I'd rather you have a bigger tilt where you feel your stomach connected. And from there, you're just going to drop our chest down and up. So that's a good position in itself. Just a gentle, allow your shoulder base to squeeze back, then to bend down and then back up. They partial press up. They're brilliant for strengthening the arms and the biceps, but also getting the shoulder blades working. So shoulder blades together and up. If you're feeling up for it, you could go into a full position, just do the shoulder blades. Remember, the tummy is staying engaged. You may start when you feel comfortable, or if you're feeling you want to move a little bit further, we go down further, lift up through my stomach. Push my heels back. My heels got to stay in that position, or you could choose to go onto your knees, draw the tummy in, gently up and down. Or you could go down further, whichever you feel most comfortable with. We're going to go 3 more to finish off with. Please, tummy in, either into that position, small position, shoulder blade position, whichever you feel most comfortable. Once we're done on those, I'd like us to go into our child's pose. Draw the spine, tummy up towards the ceiling, and then gently into your stretch. Relax those upper shoulders, please. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out as we go into our lovely stretch. With the next one, we're going to make sure that our toes are tucked under. If you're not comfortable with getting up in this position, I'd just like you to get safely up, please. Toes under, into your stretch. And we're going to hold that for 2 breaths. Gentle breath in, and breathe out. Gentle breath in, and breathe out. Bend those knees, please. If you're able to walk up this way, please do. Otherwise, again, safely up. Gentle breath in, breathe out to lift up. Really using your tummy to lift you up, so you're protecting your spine, keeping that nice and comfortable. chin nod down, take a gentle breath in, the shoulders and back. Gentle breath in, breathe out to open up. Gentle breath in, breathe out, chin nod down. Gentle breath in, breathe out to open up. Relax the arms down. Hands in front of us, please. Last two for today. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out. Allow the arms to drop. Breathe in, arms up. And breathe out and down. Thank you, class. You've been